Unidentified aerial phenomena, once known as UFOs, beckons my profound curiosity. I don't claim expertise, but through podcasts like That UFO Podcast, UAP Studies and UFO Chronicles, I've immersed myself in the mysteries of Roswell, Bob Lazar, the enigmatic gimbal.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the NSA. My God.
And the latest whistleblower, David Grush.
For the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
While many ufologists point to the 1947 Roswell UFO incident as one of the earliest recorded UFO sightings, there are other accounts dating back to the Second World War and the first half of the 1930s. However, arguably, this goes back much, much further. Now, if you're new to this subject, you might think it's exclusively a modern day fascination, but that would be far from the truth. Ancient Aliens is more than just a TV show. It's a theory that spans ages and civilizations. But how does all of this connect to art, you might wonder? Well, before the advent of photography, artists were our primary record keepers. They captured what they saw, and many ufologists argue that various religious experiences can be attributed to the UAP phenomenon. In fact, during the Renaissance, a time of significant religious transformation, there may be hints of UAP sightings hidden within the canvas of well-known paintings. Today, I'd like to take you on a journey to explore 5 remarkable artworks that appear to depict unidentified aerial phenomena. Our first painting takes us back to the 15th century, a work titled The Madonna with Saint Giovanni by Domenico Ghirlandaio. As you can see, the central figures are Mary and the infant Jesus, but there is a peculiar object in the background, floating in the sky. Some have suggested it could be a depiction of a UFO. Could this be a Renaissance artist's interpretation of an otherworldly encounter? The presence of a mysterious saucer-like object with a small figure underneath looking on in a religious painting raises questions. How likely is it that a conventional religious motif would include such an object? This suggests that the artist Domenico Ghirlandaio might have been portraying an unusual celestial event or unknown aerial phenomenon, possibly drawing from real-life experiences or popular legends at the time. Next, we move to the Baptism of Christ, painted by de Gelder. In this work, we witness the baptism of Jesus by John the Baptist. However, what's intriguing is it portrays a mysterious aerial phenomenon above Christ during his baptism. The unidentified celestial occurrence, often interpreted as a representation of the Holy Spirit, is depicted with ethereal light and swirling clouds. De Gelder, a pupil of Rembrandt, infused the scene with a mystical atmosphere, emphasizing the spiritual significance of the event. The disc, or saucer-like shape, resembles many modern UFO descriptions. Is it the sun, or in fact a metallic sphere? The painting, created in the 18th century, just after the Renaissance, continues to spark discussions about its symbolic meaning and the artist's intent in capturing the divine essence of the moment. Travelling to 1538 AD over in Bruges, Belgium, a tapestry called Summer's Triumph was crafted. This artwork captures the triumphant rise to power of a ruler. Yet, there's a fascinating detail in the tapestry that might slip by unnoticed unless you give it a closer look. There are several things up in the sky. And guess what? They've got that classic UFO shape we often see in the media. As we direct our gaze toward the upper regions of this ancient tapestry, particularly on the left-hand side, an intriguing spectacle unfolds. An array of mysterious hat-shaped flying entities in a deep shade of black. These airborne apparitions stand apart from the typical religious motifs often adorning the skies in medieval artworks of yesteryear. Now, certain scholars posit a captivating hypothesis, suggesting that these enigmatic forms symbolise the rise of the ruler to power, signifying divine endorsement. But wait a moment. Since when did flying disc-shaped objects become indicative of celestial intervention? And if they did, why? If individuals from that epoch associated saucer-shaped craft with the divine, it implies an extraordinary scenario, a populace witnessing such celestial objects in the heavens and then connecting them to godly phenomena. The enigmas of antiquity unfold as we delve into the intriguing correlations between rulers, the divine, and UFOs. Moving on to the crucifixion, a fresco which hangs above the altar of the Visoki Dečani monastery in Kosovo. The painting typically exhibits the stylistic features of Byzantine and medieval Serbian art from that period. Christ is centre, flanked by other important figures, perhaps the Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, John the Evangelist, and possibly other saints or angels. In this striking depiction of Christ's crucifixion, we can't help but notice the strange, craft-like objects hovering in the background. These objects appear to be unlike anything that should naturally be in a scene like this. Many skeptics attribute the objects to depictions of the sun and moon. Even so, the figures appear to be riding in the objects. Some have theorized that the Renaissance artists may have witnessed unusual, unexplainable events and incorporated them into their works. And for our final painting, the Annunciation with Saint Emedius, which was painted in 1486 by Italian artist Carlo Crivelli, shows the Virgin Mary shortly before she realizes that she will give birth to Jesus. According to most art experts and historians, the radiant glow around Mary's head, stemming from a circular opening in the sky, is often considered the divine halo, symbolizing the Lord's presence. However, there is an alternative interpretation circulating among UFO enthusiasts. They suggest that the halo could be likened to a disc-shaped UFO, challenging the traditional notion of Jesus' divinity. Instead, they propose a narrative involving genetic engineering and the clandestine implantation of a child during the Immaculate Conception. The theory goes that Mary might have been abducted by an extraterrestrial race, leading to her unintended impregnation. Supporters of this idea point to the parallel of the beam of light illuminating Mary indoors, drawing connections to contemporary accounts of alien abductions. So there you have it, 5 paintings that appear to depict unidentified aerial phenomena. While these interpretations are speculative and open to debate, it's undeniably intriguing to discover these seemingly anachronistic elements in centuries-old artworks. Whether these were inspired by actual sightings, artistic symbolism, or pure coincidence, the connection between art and the unexplained continues to captivate our imagination.